Hello, 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 everybody. I hope you guys are feeling good and living your best lives. You are chilling with the sound, the power, the magical, inspirational, incredible music. Today's topic is going to be a little bit different. I've been urged to speak about the truth when it comes to artists and their vocals. Over the years, actually decades and decades, it's been perceived to the audience that when you are dealing with an incredible vocalist, I mean the best of the best. I can name so many of them, and that's why I'm not going to, because it'll take all day. However, what I'm being urged to speak about is the expectations that people, society put on artists. They expect them to sound perfection, like perfection, all the time. And Spirit wanted me to let the people know that your vocals is a muscle, right? So it doesn't matter how talented you are, you have to let your vocals rest. When you do not, you will come across a lot of problems with your vocals. And that's number one. Number two, no matter how incredible a vocalist sounds, and they are definitely incredible, they're not going to always be at their peak when it comes to vocals because it's a muscle. So there are going to be moments where it may be a little crack in their voice, or they may go a little flat, or they may not sound as perfect as the audience, as society would like. Um, it's almost like you do 10 shows where you sound flawless, you sound perfect, but then it's a show that comes and your voice is tired, because a lot of vocalists, especially ones that are signed, they don't really get to rest. They don't really get to relax their vocals and do the proper things that it takes to nourish your vocals. It's kind of like the rest of your muscles. When you work out, right? You have to give yourself a day or two to recuperate, because your muscles need to relax. If not, they'll start to have problems, right? It's the same thing with your vocals. So we want to urge you guys to be more empathetic when it comes to vocalists, and more understanding that they're not going to be perfection every second of every time they sing. And sometimes also they have to lip sing. It's not because they can't sing. It's because they're listening to their body when their body is saying, okay, you need a break. Okay, but they can't cancel the shows because then they disappoint the fans. So that's why when it comes to me personally, as much as I will love my fans and respect my fans, I would also expect my fans to love and respect me enough to know, by me telling you, because a lot of times, they don't really speak about this type of stuff a lot in the music world, and I feel like they should. I think that they should be honest with people, because when you're not, especially when it comes to performing and singing, like, these people are people just like you, you know, but it's not the audience's fault. It's just that it's perceived as perfect. The artist is perceived as perfect all the time, and then that's what society will expect. So one of my missions that Spirit has given me is to not perceive myself as perfect, and to show society and the world that I am a human being. I just happen to have gifts. Everyone has gifts, but you have to take care of those gifts, and you have to nourish those gifts. Because if not, and you take them for granted, or you're so busy doing what everyone else wants you to do instead of what your inner wisdom and your soul and your body is telling you, you're going to end up really harming yourself. And the same people who were saying negative things about you, or as far as the artist is, from the artist's perspective, or saying you need to up it, or you need to be better at this and you need to be better at that. Constructive criticism is okay. However, at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for your mind, body, and spirit. Point blank range. I'm just keeping it 100. If you know, you know. And you can't let other people dictate your life. And if you really have an audience out there that love you, they're going to love you regardless, especially for your honesty. And that's what I'm heading towards, just to let the world know that yes, vocalists they can seem like superheroes because they have such a mind-blowing talent when it comes to the voice. However, you still have to let that voice rest, and you still have to listen to it when it tells you, I'm not up for it today. So you may have to lip sing, and if people get upset about that, that's okay. But I think that this stuff should be talked about more, so that society cannot be shown things that look so perfect all the time. Because if you keep showing them things that look perfect, they're going to expect it at all times. So I think that honesty is the best policy, when it comes to your career, especially as a vocalist or as an artist, and a performer. You want to let people know, especially when you have a big, big group of fans, and that's what I'm doing. I don't. I don't even have fans yet, but I'm just putting it out there before it even occurs, you know. Because it's important to remind people sometimes that I'm human. Yes, I'm a soul here but I'm here for the human experience, which makes me human as well. And I'm not going to pretend to be perfect. I'm just going to do what I